Okay, I had a sidecar, just one. It's Sunday afternoon and oh wait a minute, we're closed every frickin' day right now. But I do remember the rules. There was only one drink, no politics, no religion, no awesome one-liners from Blazing Saddles. Hello again, folks, and welcome to another episode of Totally Unprofessional Food Videos. I'm Executive Chef John Beilfuss from Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse in Owasso, Michigan. And today we're going to do a Thai red curry shrimp over rice, and I sure hope you enjoy it. Those of you that do know me know that my main interest is in ethnic cooking from all over the world, what I always like to call peasant cooking. And this is a good example of it. My father served in World War II and served in the South Pacific and came back from that experience with this great love of food from all over the world. And that's, I think, what obviously got me started on my admiration and interest in cultures and the food of those cultures from all over the world. I sure hope you enjoy this video, and let's have some fun. And here are your ingredients for our Thai red curry. We've got 2 cans in the order that we're going to be using them. 2 cans of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of red curry paste, 3 lime leaves. Now, in the lime leaves, I buy these at Asian markets, freeze them, they last for years. But if you don't have them, you could zest half a lime or you could forget it. Either way, it's fine, it's optional. 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. You'll notice that both for the fish sauce and the red curry paste and the mushrooms, I put out my favorite brand so you can see what I get. We have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 diced bell pepper, 1 small red onion diced, 1 can of straw mushrooms. You could substitute just, a cup and a half of sliced regular mushrooms if you like, or omit them, either way. And 1 pound of ready-to-go fresh shrimp, and then 1 cup each of chopped basil and chopped cilantro. If you can get your hands on Thai basil, that'll make it a little bit more authentic. Regular basil works just fine. This whole terrible situation we're in is just getting worse. I'm really worried about my hair. Okay guys, here's the first thing we're going to do. We've heated our wok. You can see it smoking a little bit. We're going to add our 2 cans of coconut milk. We're going to bring that to a boil. It shouldn't take too long. It's a very hot wok. I grew up in my culinary education using a wok for everything. One of my very favorite people, Rick Reyna, who works as one of my very top chefs here, reminds me of when we first opened the restaurant. And he swears we were talking about Italian food, and some dish he said that I told him, teaching him, I said, the first thing you need to do with this Italian dish is get your wok really hot. Okay, we've got that up to a pretty good boil. We're going to add the red curry paste, mix that in. Now I got to tell you, on red curry paste, I've made all original recipes of wonderful Thai and other, Southeast Asian country red curry paste. I find it very hard to beat what you can buy in the store. So we're going to add that red curry paste, turn it down to a simmer, and we're going to add the 3 lime leaves, or lime zest if you've got it, or nothing at all. So we're going to let that simmer on low for about 10 minutes. That'll reduce that sauce a little bit. Okay folks, that's been about 10 minutes. We're going to add our brown sugar. If you have an Asian pantry, you could have used palm sugar. I always use brown sugar. Works just fine. And the 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. We're going to stir that around a little bit. And we're just going to simmer this for another 2 minutes just to make sure that we get that sugar melted. In the 70s, there was an Asian market on the corner of 8 Mile and Lasher that I found. This is probably 1975, and I used to go in there. This was a whole different world that I wasn't aware of at the time, a wonderful world. And can't imagine what, as a 19-year-old, I was doing on 8 Mile Road in Detroit. But I was there for something. Anyway, so I found this cool Asian market, and that was my very first experience of going to, ethnic markets around, different cultures, and now they're all over the place and they're awesome. Take a day and go visit some of these wonderful places. Okay, now that's been 2 more minutes. Now we're going to add our mushrooms, our onions, and our diced green pepper. Stir that around and let that simmer another couple minutes, 2 more minutes. Okay, we've let that simmer for a couple minutes. Now we're going to go in with our shrimp. Once we get this to a little boil, we're going to give it 5 more minutes. Then we're going to add our cilantro and basil, and we'll be good to go. So let's get that coming up to a nice boil here. And we'll turn it down and let it simmer for about 5. So while this is finishing up here, I used 1 tablespoon of red curry paste. You can use 2 if you really like it spicy. You can even go more than that. I use 1 that makes it kind of moderately spicy. That's the way I like it. Use as much as you like. In the early or mid 80s, Thai restaurants started to come around, and there was one in Royal Oak, I forget the name of it, but I used to go there. And one day I took a work compatriot with me for lunch at this Thai restaurant, and they came out and we looked at the menu, and they had 1, 2, 3, or 4 peppers, and how many peppers you like, and I said, well, 4 peppers, of course, and my lunch companion said, oh yeah, 4 peppers, be fine. And they, oh no 4 peppers, too spicy. And I said, I'm family from New Mexico, I like spicy food, we'll be fine, don't even worry about it. So I knew I was in trouble when they brought out our plates and the entire kitchen staff came out to watch us eat it. I thought I was going to die. It was so hot, but I got to keep a straight face because, it was my idea to go 4 peppers. So that's what it looks like after about 5 minutes. The shrimp are all cooked. I'm going to go in with my basil and cilantro and stir that in. That gives it an awful lot of the flavor for this finished dish. And I like a lot of herbs in all of my Southeast Asian food. So there you go. We're going to just let that cook for another 30 seconds to a minute. And we'll be all good to go. Well, there you go, folks. There's the final plated dish. I sure hope you enjoy. Thai red curry shrimp, and I sure hope you enjoy it. You may have noticed I plated that with jasmine rice. I always try to keep the right rice for the cuisine, but any kind of long grain rice would have worked. Jasmine rice, make sure it's 1 cup of rice to 1.25 cups of water. It'll be awesome. And again, enjoy the recipe, and we'll do this again as often as I can, as long as I'm unemployed. Well, that's the end of this suit.